Hey, welcome back to Average Mike's. Doing a ceiling fan today, standing install for my outside shed. So I'm gonna mount it right up there. It's already a pre-mounted box. Let's get the assembly here. We'll see a couple pictures of what it looks like beforehand. But before you get started with going up there and mounting the bracket, right? That's my son back there. Before you get started, before mounted the ceiling bracket, I always like to do the fan blades first. All right. Nice. All right, so on a step ladder here, we're basically just gonna go mount it to the ceiling box. 2 screws that comes with the ceiling box, the ceiling fan mounting box, right? So you feed the electrical wire before you get started. Shut the power off, right? This one has a switch, so there's no power to it, right? You want to get a tester, electrical tester to check it, but if you don't have a switch, go to the breaker box. Make sure you shut that breaker box off before you go into this. You don't want to get a little bit of shock going. So here we go. So we're just going to screw these 2 screws right in. They're pretty long screws. They're this box and screws that come with it are 4 ceiling fans. So make sure you can't just get just a normal box. We won't have enough strength to hold on the ceiling fan as it gets mounted to the ceiling. Right. So, all right. So we'll continue doing this. All right, you can shut it off, Michael. All right, we're gonna install the extender pole. It comes with the stock pole here. We're gonna go with a 12-inch pole to drop it from the ceiling because we have a gable. We want to hang it level. Basically, just 1 screw pop off. And you put it on the new post, just like that. All right, and then you put the grounding screw, switch that, put the pin back in, and you're good to go. I'll screw that in.
Sure. Sure.
Go ahead. There you go. Just make sure it's a little snug. Boop. And done. So there's your post. So I kept a wrapper on there just in case it's not long enough or too short. Or yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it? It's not long enough or too long, and then we could buy a 6-inch one. I started with a 12-inch one. It comes with a 3-inch, so I could buy a 6-inch, and then I could return this without having any problems. So that's why I kept the wrapper on, so I could easily just rip it off when it's done. So we're gonna put it back on the ceiling on the mount that we did earlier, and then we're gonna start assembling the fan on the ceiling.
Boom.
All right, so before we go back to the ceiling, which I thought we were ready for that, but we're not ready for that. So before we go back, I got to feed the wires through. Feed the wires through. Nope. 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 Yep. Yes. This little guy, this little fancy guy, goes on, and that covers this, right? When it's all pretty, and then this fancy guy goes on like this. So that looks pretty. And then you feed the wires through the extender post. Where you at? All the way through. Let these guys up.
Oh God. I want to go live.
Alright. So then you loosen these screws that are on the yoke here. loosen those screws, you get that pin that came with the post. You line these guys up. Come on. Thank you. My assistant. Go. And you put the cotter pin across. Boom.
Nice.
Now you have the post attached, just like that, to it with the wires coming out the top. And this, the balancer ball, basically hangs on what we put on the ceiling earlier. So now you can hang it, work on the electric while you do that, and then we close all the pretty stuff up to make sure you're good to go. All right. See you on the ceiling. All right, here we go. So, the ceiling here, the wires, you can kind of pull them outside just to get them away from the ball. But you ultimately just hang it right on this joint right there, and there's a little click, it just kind of spin it around until it clicks in. There's these grooves that there's a screw on the mounting that just easily falls into. So everything's clear. Electric is fairly simple. Again, I'm not a master electrician, just a guy, just an average guy, right? So we're taking the greens, we're putting the greens on the greens into the ground. My lovely assistant Caitlin, who's going to hand me a wire nut, and then we're going to twist that on the wire nut there. Boom, grounds are connected. We're going to take the black and the blue from the fan, right? Because that is the black is the hot for the fan, the blue is for the lights, right? And we're going to connect it because we don't have two separate switches. You have two separate switches, then you put the black for the light on the blue switch, and the black from the black for the fan to the fan switch if you had two separate switches, but I only have a single switch on the wall. So you tie all the hots together. That's the blue, the black, and the wall, and the hot black, the hot source, which comes here, right there. Boom. It's all nice together. Give it a twist, and then you ask your lovely assistant for another wire nut, and then you twist it on there. And I'm going to come back and put electrical tape around all that so nothing is exposed. So you want to make sure your wires aren't too far. All right, so we're going to assemble the ceiling blades themselves. So we get the bracket part. Make sure that that's the face showing there. It lines up with the holes. Like this. You want to grab one, Mace? Michael, you want to do it? All right, just like that. Let's use the surface here. So, each one of these holes gets a rubber gasket, a metal O-ring, and a screw. Okay? Got the helpers today. We're just going to give it a couple cranks just to get them started. And you go to the next one. Make sure the rubber goes against the plastic.
The bumped out part goes?
Yes, the bumped out part.
I'm just going to put it in like this.
Rubber, metal, screw. Everyone. It's a 5-blade fan, 44-inch metal rubber screw.
Thunder.
Get it started, Mike?
I'm twisting, it's
Here,
fine.
you want to do it? Line it up. I thought I had another screwdriver here. Off the took now. All too tight. All go too tight. You don't want to strip or rip or break the rubber O-ring, right? You just want to be tight enough. Okay, Caitlin. Make sure you're not cross-threading, right, Caitlin? That's why you start it up. Right? You want to get a couple cranks in there, right? And then you get the screwdriver.
Wait, only 4 blades.
Okay. No, you're going the wrong way, sweetheart. Righty tighty.
Yeah, but okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Ow.
Good? You want to go a little bit tighter so it starts squeezing out a little bit. I don't want these puppies to come loose.
How did I not know that?
Hold on, Mace. Hold on. There you go. And
Wait, they twisted.
this is the finished product. What they look like. Again, 5 of them. There's your 5 blades. We would then set the post mount for the ceiling up on top of the shed as I showed you earlier in the video. So there's your 5 blades. That's what they look like. Next step. All right. Day 2 of the fan install. Yesterday, right at the end of the last video, the last step, we got a big, huge gust of wind and torrential downpours, sideways wind, blew everything. All the equipment went, all the fan fell off the table. It was crazy. So I lost all my helpers. They're now on the pool. But this is the next day, of course. Sun is cleared. The rain is cleared, and now it's sunny. So welcome back to Average Mics. I apologize for the interruption. So where were we? Wired connections and taping up the connections. So electrical tape. Just normal, basic electrical tape. So like I said, you put the wire nuts on and you just tape that up. Go around a couple times just to be safe. And no wires are touching any other wires inside the box, and then the wire nut stays on. So a couple times around. Each one of them, not just the hot or the white. Just do each one just to be safe. Do each one to be safe. I don't know if you can hear me, so I'm gonna repeat back this way as well. So we got interrupted at the white wire, the common. So we did the green, the hot, and now we're doing the common. So doing that now. The common, which is the white wire. And again, there's only have one switch. So because I only have one switch, everything there's only singles. So it's the blue, the black go with the hot, the white go with the white, the green goes in the green, and that's the green's the ground. So. Alrighty, so wire nut.
Dude, he's this huge Jimmy Butler, and then a little Ben Franklin. And you put it right in between his legs.
I have to give him these shredded wires, the braided wires, a little bit of tug on the copper wire, just to make sure the wire nut actually grips it. Sometimes it doesn't, and that's going to be a loose connection. There we go. That's it. So the white, the black, the common all have their electrical tape on them. And what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna clean up the wires the best we can. I have a zip tie for these long, because the pole. I mean, they give you wire long enough so you can keep on growing the pole, of course. But you don't want to fold them. You don't want to, you don't want to split the wires by bending them too tight. So a nice little loose zip tie, which is down there. I gotta go get it, but it would be a zip tie or a bread tie would work just to help you clean it up. You're basically just gonna tuck it up in there. It'd be nice and put the screws on. Call it. Like I said, little bread tie, nice and easy. Rubber band also works. Sometimes they go a little tight, but just make it nice and neat. I like my electrical projects to be neat, so. It's a pain just to shove it, and if you do it electrical before, when you're just jamming in, sometimes the wires get bent. So the source wires, not source wires, I like to tuck up in further into the box, right? So they're nice and controlled above the bar, and then these wires can go easily into the cover. screws back in. I don't tighten anything down that's not structural, so until last minute. So just in case you have to, let's say if something doesn't work, and it's just easier to go into. So I just put tighten it up a little bit. That way, when you need to go take it apart for whatever reason, before you finish the job, you can just easily take it apart. So. Again, like I said, not making it super tight. We're gonna go back. We're gonna tighten these up a little bit. This is the yoke screws. So just hand tighten those for now. To get that, make sure that the pin stays on. Then you can leave this cover up for now until you tighten these down permanently, and then you pull it down. All right. So the next step is fan blades. So you're gonna put the fan blades on one at a time. There's 5 of them. So you're gonna put the fan blades on one at a time. The orange things that it comes with, you can see it here, orange there. They are to stop the motor from spinning. So they actually lock the motor in place for now. So you take them off, fan blades on, then the light. So we're gonna go into that. This is what I was talking about. This is a motor block, so it stops the motor from spinning when it's in the packages, and there's the screws. So we're just gonna reuse these screws, go back in the same hole that I took out these guys, right, to mount, in order to mount the fan blades. Alright, first fan blade. See how this goes.
What's the number before 4? 5. That's 3. So it's
Boom. Boom, that's 1. 1 out of 10 screws. Almost there. Go. Nice. So you do that 5 more times, or 4 more times, and go to fan. Here we go. This is the light kit. Well, that's not the light kit. That's the connector. Alright. So, 2-prong goes to the 9-pin, goes to the 9-pin. Line them up. And click. There we go. And then so these 2 wires are for the blue and white one for the light kit when you get to it. If you have a light kit. We're putting one on, so we'll have a light kit. Alright. So again, reattach the black to the blue, the white to the white. And then tuck. Every wire. Nice, nice. Whew. Right. screws in. Pliers tuck it up. Tighten one screw for now. And then the rest should be fairly simple to line up. No. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Last one of 3. Yes. Yes, I am. All right. So once you get the last screw on, light kit's on. Take this cap off. You gotta feed. Gotta feed the chains through there. Light bulbs. LED, of course. LED light bulbs. And of course, test to see if the light bulbs actually work. Boom, they do. Boom. Oh. The glass cover goes in, and the chains get lined up. Yeah, chain. Boom. There it comes in. Same thing, chains get lined up. Boom. Take 2. All right.
I'm wearing a high-waisted.
Back on the video. And then we're feeding the chains. Just tighten it down. Boom. Oh. Fan work. Light work. Done. Alright, so long video, longer than it took. Rainstorm, party in the middle. Crazy. Anyway, thanks for watching. Click the subs. Click like if you like. Share if you will. That's the ceiling fan installation in a shed or in a house. Thank you very much for watching.